Many people find themselves surprised when something as ordinary as dinner begins to feel heavy in later years. It's not just about the food itself, it's about the way your body has changed. After 75, the digestive system works more slowly, and the muscles that once handled rich, fatty meals with ease now respond with discomfort. You may notice bloating, a restless night, or that unpleasant feeling of heaviness when you wake up. And it's not because you've done anything wrong, it's simply the body asking you to listen a little more carefully. Margaret, who is 78, shared something with me not long ago. For decades, she enjoyed fried chicken as her evening comfort food. It was her tradition, her little joy at the end of the day. But she noticed she was tossing and turning more at night, sometimes waking with heartburn or feeling groggy in the morning. At first, she thought it was just old age catching up with her. But when she gently shifted to lighter dinners, steamed fish, some vegetables, or a simple bowl of soup, she was surprised to find her sleep returning to the deep, restorative kind she thought she had lost forever. It wasn't about giving up pleasure, it was about adjusting the rhythm. Maybe you felt the same. Do you notice nights when your body seems to resist what used to feel normal? Do you wake up with a sense of heaviness, wondering why rest doesn't come as easily as it used to? These are not failures, but quiet signals, small whispers from within, guiding you toward gentler habits. If you're open to experimenting, there are some easy ways to care for yourself in the evening. Try making your last meal smaller, choosing baked or steamed foods instead of fried or creamy ones. Allow your body a window of 2 or 3 hours before bed to settle and process what you've eaten. You may even find that a lighter dinner leaves you feeling more at peace, both in body and in mind. And the beauty is that you don't have to do it all at once. Even one small change, a switch from something fried to something simple, can bring a noticeable difference. It's not about denying yourself, it's about finding harmony with the stage of life you're in. If these insights resonate with you, make sure to subscribe. I share more gentle reminders like this every week, little pieces of wisdom to support you as you walk through these later chapters of life with comfort and grace. There's something almost innocent about ending the day with a small treat, a slice of cake, a piece of chocolate, maybe even a bowl of ice cream. It feels like comfort, like a little gift to yourself after the long hours of the day. And for many years, that kind of indulgence hardly seemed to cause any trouble. But as the years go by, the body begins to respond differently. After 75, sugar isn't just sweet. It can quietly disturb the delicate balance your body relies on to rest deeply. I once spoke with Robert, a gentle soul of 82, who confessed that he couldn't fall asleep without a nightly dessert. For decades, his ritual was a cup of tea and 2 cookies before bed. But recently he noticed his nights were restless. He would wake at 3 in the morning, heart beating a little faster, mind oddly alert. At first he thought it was worry keeping him awake. But when his doctor suggested cutting out sweets at night, Robert gave it a try. Within a week he began to sleep through until dawn again. He told me, "I never thought those 2 little cookies could steal so many hours of peace from me." There's something to learn here. Sugar gives your body a quick burst of energy, and that energy often shows up at the very time you want your body to be winding down. Blood sugar spikes, insulin rises, and then the crash comes, sometimes in the middle of the night, waking you as if a switch has been flipped. This isn't a sign of weakness or failure, it's simply the truth of an older body, which processes sugar differently than it once did. If you notice yourself waking often, feeling jittery at night, or craving something sweet before bed, it may be your body's way of saying, "I need a gentler kind of comfort." You might ask yourself, is this dessert giving me the joy I hope for, or is it quietly robbing me of rest? What would happen if I replaced it with something soothing instead? A baked apple, a small piece of pear, or even a warm cup of chamomile tea with a drop of honey can feel just as nurturing without disturbing your sleep. No one is asking you to give up sweetness entirely. Rather, it's about moving it to a different time of day, maybe in the afternoon, when your body is better able to process it. Then the evening can become a time for softer, calmer tastes that invite rest rather than agitation. Think of it as creating a kinder space for yourself at night, a space where your body can truly let go. If these reflections feel meaningful to you, I invite you to subscribe so you can continue to receive gentle guidance like this, small steps toward deeper rest, steadier energy, and more peaceful nights. It can feel almost harmless to have a little piece of chocolate in the evening or perhaps a cup of coffee after dinner when friends visit. After all, you've probably enjoyed these things for most of your life without a second thought. But as the body ages, what once gave energy and pleasure can quietly interfere with the rest and recovery your nights are meant to bring. The truth is that caffeine, even in small amounts, behaves differently in the body after 75. In younger years, your liver processed it quickly, clearing it from your system within a few hours. But now, metabolism slows, and that same cup of coffee or square of dark chocolate lingers, sometimes for 8 or even 10 hours. The stimulating effects don't vanish just because you've fallen asleep. They can keep you in lighter stages of rest, preventing the deep, restorative cycles your body craves. And it's not just coffee. Black tea, green tea, chocolate desserts, even certain pain relievers contain caffeine that can quietly keep the nervous system alert. That's why you might notice a pattern. You fall asleep easily enough, but wake at 2 or 3 in the morning, heart slightly restless, mind more awake than you'd like. This doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It's simply your body revealing its new rhythm, asking for gentler choices. If you listen closely, you may even see the connection yourself. Do you ever find that nights after coffee feel different from nights without it? Have you noticed that your sleep is softer, more complete when your evening is free of stimulants? These observations are clues, little signposts pointing toward a healthier path. The good news is that you don't have to give up the small pleasures you love. You simply need to shift them to a time of day when your body can handle them more easily. Try enjoying your coffee or tea in the morning or early afternoon. That way, the stimulating effects fade by the time your body prepares for rest. In the evening, experiment with calming alternatives, chamomile tea, rooibos, warm milk with a touch of cinnamon. If you crave chocolate, consider savoring it as a midday treat rather than a nightcap. These adjustments are not punishments, they are acts of care. Think of them as giving your body the gift of ease, creating the right conditions for deep rest to arrive naturally. Sometimes the smallest changes carry the greatest rewards, and you may find yourself waking in the morning with a clearer head, a lighter heart, and the simple joy of knowing that your body feels heard. There are certain flavors that bring warmth and excitement, spicy dishes that wake up the senses, or a tangy tomato sauce that feels comforting on a cool evening. For much of life, these foods carry nothing but pleasure. But after 75, the body's relationship with spice and acidity often changes. The digestive system becomes more sensitive, the lining of the stomach a little more delicate, and the valve that keeps stomach acid in its place doesn't always close as firmly as it once did. The result can be heartburn, a burning throat in the middle of the night, or a sleep interrupted by the need to sit upright just to find relief. This can feel unfair, especially if these foods have always been favorites. Yet it isn't a punishment, it's the body's way of asking for gentler care. The good news is that awareness gives you choice, and choice gives you freedom. If you want to experiment, you might begin with a few small, mindful steps. First, notice how you feel on evenings when you enjoy spicy or acidic dishes. Keep a gentle curiosity rather than judgment. Does your sleep change? Do you wake more often or feel an unsettled stomach? Second, try moving those foods earlier in the day. A favorite tomato soup or a flavorful curry at lunch may bring joy without disturbing the night. Third, if you do crave something before bed, replace intensity with comfort. Perhaps a small bowl of oatmeal, a ripe banana, or a cup of warm broth. These nourish without provoking the system. And finally, listen closely to what feels right for you. Your body carries wisdom, and its signals are not meant to restrict you, but to guide you toward peace. I know someone who resisted this change for a long time. She loved her evening salsa with crackers and thought life would be dull without it. But once she noticed the connection between those late-night snacks and her restless nights, she chose to experiment. After replacing them with something lighter, she told me she had forgotten what it felt like to wake rested. Her joy wasn't lost, it had simply shifted. Aging has a way of asking us to soften, not just in our habits, but in our attitudes. It invites us to trade intensity for gentleness, urgency for patience, and in return, it gives us back something precious: the ability to rest deeply and wake with calm energy. These small adjustments are not about giving up what you love, but about discovering new ways to love yourself through the choices you make each evening. It's tempting, isn't it, to reach for something quick and salty late in the evening: a handful of chips, a piece of processed cheese, or even just a packaged snack that feels easy and comforting. After all, these small bites have been companions for decades, especially when the house grows quiet and you want a little company in the form of taste. But what feels harmless in the moment often carries hidden costs, especially after 75, when your body no longer manages salt, preservatives, and additives with the same ease it once did. These foods can stir up thirst in the middle of the night, pulling you out of sleep to sip water or make trips to the bathroom. They can leave you with a heavy stomach, a dry mouth, or a bloated feeling that makes rest shallow instead of peaceful. And yet it's not about blame, it's about noticing. Have you ever wondered why some nights feel restless without any clear reason, or why your sleep is cut short even when you went to bed on time? Could it be that what you chose as a bedtime snack is quietly shaping the night that follows? These gentle questions are worth asking, not as judgment, but as a way of becoming more aware of your body's subtle messages. If you want to experiment, you might keep a small journal by your bedside. Write down what you ate in the evening and how you slept that night. Patterns often emerge quickly, showing you what supports your rest and what disturbs it. For many people, replacing packaged snacks with softer, nourishing choices makes all the difference. A banana can calm the nervous system. A little oatmeal with warm milk can soothe both stomach and heart. Even a clear broth can feel grounding, leaving you satisfied without overstimulating your body. Think of it as a way of tucking yourself in, not just with blankets, but with food that feels like kindness. And kindness is what these years are truly asking for. The body that has carried you so far is not failing. It is asking you to listen more carefully, to walk alongside it rather than pushing it to keep old habits. That is not loss, but wisdom. There is great dignity in adapting, in choosing what nourishes you now rather than clinging to what once worked. So perhaps tonight, instead of reaching for the chips or the crackers, you try something gentler. Notice how you feel when you wake in the morning. Does your body thank you with calmness, with a little more energy, with a softer smile? If you found these thoughts meaningful, I invite you to subscribe so we can continue walking this path of gentle awareness together. And tell me in the comments, what is the one evening habit you feel ready to change for the sake of a calmer, more restful night?